I don't know. Maybe because you should stop at a 3X. Hey y'all, Tracy Barkley here. This is a controversial video because I've already slightly touched on it with my video about Tess Holliday being on the cover of British Cosmo. Fat acceptance, body positivity movement. In theory, I am for that. But the more I researched it, I got sucked into one of those YouTube voids you wish you didn't get sucked into. For example, the more I researched Tess Holliday, the more I saw about her. In fact, here's that clip of her eating the cake in its entirety. Now, no offense to Tess, but we were watching diabetes in the process there. That's just diabetes and heart disease for me. And that is in no way a positive message to send young teenage girls. And that is not the way to get on the cover of Cosmo. Not that you should dedicate your entire life to getting on the cover of Cosmo. But that Tess, that's just not good. And I've said it before in my previous video. It's just not good. So the further I went into this void, the more that I found. Do you know there's actually a sexual fetish called feederism? Check this out.
Here, you can feed me and I'll feed you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. I love my job.
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
So today, I'm meeting this chick named Tammy. She makes a living on the internet eating. She's in the fetish world what they call a feedee, and her boyfriend is a feeder. So basically, she's getting paid to pack on the pounds. Kind of sounds like my dream job.
Okay, so I'll put the link to that full documentary below if you're interested in it, but you've got a very beautiful young lady there who is already over 300 pounds and wants to get up to 400. Her boyfriend there is encouraging her, feeding her to get to that. Now, does he really love her? That's my whole thing, because if you really love somebody, you want them to be healthy, you want them to be around. At this rate, she's not going to be around more than 10 or 15 years. And if you really love somebody, don't go there. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack because I am a large woman, but I just don't think this is good. I'm going to divide this whole body positivity fiasco into two different categories. Number one, there's the body positivity aspect. Yes, I'm all for loving yourself as you are, for people being kind to you as you are, because we are not just the sum of our parts. We are not just our physical appearance. But damn, there comes a point where personal responsibility has to take over and the health part has to move in. So the body positivity thing, I'm all for to a point. But if you say you love yourself, but you have to buy 2 seats on an airplane, you can't fit into a normal size booth or chair at a restaurant, and your partner is shoving you full of 50 pounds of cheese a day to get you up to another size, how can you really say you're loving yourself? That's like textbook definition of self-loathing and self-hate. All right? So now we're going to go into the second part of this whole argument, the health at every size. That's an imaginary term, y'all. It does not exist. You can be healthy for a while at any size, but for the most part, eventually it's going to catch up with you. You're going to get diabetes. You're going to get breathing problems. You're going to get heart disease. And it's just, this whole void is just spiraling off. So I actually went further into this YouTube vortex as we get into, and I discovered this. So yeah, those were examples of body positivity models and plus size models. Only thing I see there is a couple people sitting there like a beached whale. I mean, I'm sorry, that doesn't inspire me to want to be like you at all, and I think most people with common sense feel the same way. So I guess my whole take on this is you have to separate health and body positivity. Yes, I'm all for body positivity. but your health is definitely going to be called into question here. Also, the whole body positivity movement says they're for equal treatment across the board, but where are the men represented in this? You never see a plus size male model or a plus size male advocate out here saying the same things that the females spout. You know, and I've heard many plus size women say they don't like overweight men, but yet they attack men for saying they don't like overweight women. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. The only time I've ever heard a male come out and say that they were discriminated against is by either an overweight woman not wanting to date them, or because they were kind of chastised because they had a preference for overweight females. That's the only time I've ever heard men actually represented in this movement. So if you're going to call yourself an equality movement, make it fully equal, men and women. That's another gripe I have with it. But I think we can see by these examples, as you go further into this vortex that I found, that the body positivity movement has been hijacked. It's been hijacked for all the wrong reasons. Yes, we should love everybody, treat everybody the same. But when you get to the point that we have to make special compensations for getting you to be able to sit in a chair in a restaurant or on an airline, or especially when it's damaging your health, I think that's where it has to stop. All right, this is the last video I'm going to do on this subject because I'm going to get myself into trouble. Overall, I love everybody. I want everybody to get healthy, which is why I started this channel. So please, whether it's keto, low carb, vegan, vegetarian, or just Weight Watchers, counting calories, whatever you're doing, get yourself healthy. Take care of yourself and help yourself live a long life, because that's what we all want, a long, productive, happy life. All right, Tracy Barkley, Keto Comic, out.